Like I'm usually in a dark spot. I'm in a kind of shady spot today, and it's hot in here once again. Once again, it's hot, but it's okay. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is your host with the most, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. Yesterday, I was doing a video and we was talking about all kinds of things, dating younger and all this stuff. And I just wanted to kind of touch back on the younger dating. Dating someone that's younger than you. And it's real interesting because you have some that, wait a minute, y'all. I gotta kind of dap my face because it's hot. Y'all see me sweating? I know. I can't help it. I know I'm live, but excuse me. Please excuse me. Please excuse me. But it's hot. Um, the dating young thing. You have those who are just not so into that, right? They just think it's taboo. You should stick with your decade. You should stick with your age range. Say like if you're 20, you should date somebody in their 20s or maybe a year or two younger. And that kind of thing. But as you become older and more mature, I would say anywhere over let's say 35, 40. When you get to that season point in your life, other things become more important to you than I need to get some light. Y'all, I'm dark. It's dark in here, I mean. Um you need to, let's do it this way. No, that ain't gonna do. But anyway, you need to look at more quality things. What's more important to you outside of the realm of a person being a little older to you, older than you, because there is some younger folks. Believe me when I tell you that's, I would say, under 50, under 40, that act like they 90 years old. They act like they old as Methuselah. And Methuselah back in the day with this old lady. I don't know the history totally, but I know they used to say, you act like you old as Methuselah. But anyway, they act like they old, and they are not. They are just 35, 40, 45, 50. And and I see a lot of 50-year-olds now that, oh my God, they just act like I'm just, man, they even confess it with their mouth. I am old. I'm not young no more. I'm old. And 50 is not old. Let me tell you, 50 is not old, okay? But they will act like it is. Now, if you 25, you may look at 50 as being kind of old. You may say, oh man, they could be my mama or they could be my daddy. They old. But when you get older, yeah, 50 is not old, right? So they proclaim it. And you just have this thing where people are against you dating outside of your age range. Now you have a 50 or 60-year old. Let me put this here, y'all. Maybe this is going to help. Can y'all see me? I'm still dark, huh? I'm still dark. I'm still dark. Let me see. Anyway, this is the best I can do. Car Chronicles. I'm a little dark, but y'all gonna stick with me and hear me. But um you have those who, you know, they are older and, well, they're not that old, but they proclaim to be old, right? So, they're looking at themselves old at 45, 50 years old. Sometimes they want to date younger to try to help them appear or seem to be um, younger than what they're feeling, right? But that has to do with a mental and physical thing. If you are proclaiming to be old at 50 years old and you're just laying around not doing much and letting yourself go and not taking care of yourself, not eating right, not let me bring this closer because this ain't right. Okay, so if you are doing all this stuff, right, that is outside of the realm, excuse me, saying you a liar. You're just trying every distraction possible but keep me from getting this message off, but I'm getting it off. Excuse me, bless me. If you're trying every trick in the world to try to get with these younger folks to make yourself feel young, but you're not taking care of yourself, please. But there is absolutely nothing wrong, in my eyesight, of you dating someone that is younger than you. If the person, like I mentioned yesterday, if the person is showing maturity, if they are showing that they have a youthful spirit, that your connection is there outside of the bedroom, that is physically um, good, but you also have mental, spiritual, and that connection that is just off the wall outside of all this physical stuff. So what? They're a few years younger than you. I don't. What's wrong with it? Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Now, if you have a connection with somebody that's younger than you, say 12 years younger than you, and they're really childish, they don't have a lot going on for themselves or trying. Sometimes they could be in school trying to finish up their master's degree in some psychology or doctoral, whatever. They could be doing things to go to the next level. Okay, you see that they are working towards whatever, so there's potential. But I'm saying those who are just laying around trying to lay up on somebody, trying to get what they can from somebody, that's something you got to reassess. That's a different situation. Why waste your time and go, 1,000 feet backwards after you didn't work so hard and struggled to have what you have and doing what you do, to just have somebody lay up on you that's doing absolutely nothing. That's not complimenting you in a way that will cause a positive balance and a win-win situation for the both of you, because you are becoming one unit. At least that's what you should be working towards. If you are dating in the first place, you should be working towards coming together in oneness at some point, unless you have both made it clear. In this day and age, people are so open and honest about what they want, what they don't want. Well, if you've made it clear that you don't want nothing more than just what you guys got, then that's a whole different ball game. And if a person decides they want to still click with you and you've told them that, okay, well, that's their thing, right? But if you are dating for a purpose or going towards a common ground of unity, then you want somebody that's walking your walk, talking your talk, trying to build and establish things with you, trying to get their stuff together so that you both can have something to bring to the table instead of kicking back, living off one another. And that goes for some of these younger women too, who are with these quote unquote sugar daddies, they call them. He's a sugar daddy. He's 15, 20 years older than me, but man, he gives me all his social security check, and he wines and dines me, and he living in a senior community housing, so he only paying $300 a month rent, so he got a little extra change, and I'm just shoot, I'm just going out with him here and there, and maybe we lay up sometime, and it don't be nothing but a minute anyway, so I just go on and do it. You know what I'm saying? This is the mindset of some of these younger women, of why they get with the older men. And I think that too, some, not all, are looking for the daddy figures. They looking for that daddy figure, somebody that's going to take care of them and this and this and that. And sometimes men are looking for the mother figures. But the flip side of that is, sooner or later, there becomes a turnoff with that, because let's say, for instance, you are looking for a mother figure or daddy figure or whatever, and here you are doing these romantic things together, and especially in the bedroom, clapping, and all of a sudden you just get this funny feeling that you're doing something wrong because you're doing something with mommy or daddy, and it could just be a whole head trip, right? So it just really depends on the individual, where your mindset is, and why you do what you do. I personally don't have a trip about the age thing, as I mentioned yesterday. Um, I have dated younger. It's been successful when I've done it, and then other things happen and reasons for things to not work out. But it never was about age, you know. But I will say, I'm not going to go backwards to the degree of you being my oldest son's age. That would make me feel some kind of way because that's just too young. I could not. I don't even think you would be. It would be unfair for me to take you to higher heights as a mature woman would, and you are 30 something years old. I just don't. I don't think that would be fair to you, right? So I'm not gonna do that, but that's a personal choice. But if it's a decade or a decade and a half younger and you're mature and you cool, I ain't, who tripping? You tripping? I ain't tripping. So why we tripping? Okay, let's just enjoy this. Let's have fun because see, I like to have fun. I like to enjoy the finer things of life in a mature way, and I can do both. And I like to sometimes be kiddish and playful and do things like that too. But I am about taking care of my business. Excuse me, I'm getting tongue tied. I am about making things go. What you say, Metro? Someone age doesn't matter either. Yes, that is absolutely true. If you are um, in love with somebody, truly in love with somebody, you don't really trip on age at all. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to look at my clock to see what time it is. What time is it, y'all? But if you're really in love with somebody, no, you don't trip on the age thing because it's all about that feeling, that moment, that love, that connection, that maturity, that everything. That is what it's all about. And love just it outweighs it all. And sometimes you just, even if you do find out that like I say, sometimes I find out after the fact, months down the line, oh, you how old? Oh, okay. And they be like, okay, I ain't tripping. I like kicking it with you. Okay, I like kicking it with you too. you know but when you get fallen and deeply in love, it really doesn't matter. You're not gonna just stop kicking it or being with that person because, oh wow, I found out that they're 8 years younger than me. Mm. But everything you loved about them before you found that out, you about to lose out then. Because if your connection was cool and everything was on point, and then all of a sudden you find out the age, and then you going to stop kicking it with them, man, please. I mean, that reminds me to a situation where I remember somebody was dating this person. And they was feeling them. Everything was cool about them. They was vibing. They was cool. It was all good. And then they didn't know the person had one leg. They had a prosthetic leg and one leg. And they didn't know until it came time to them getting ready to get down. And then they say, oh my God, you got a wooden leg. And then that was the judgmental thing. Everything else was off the point. And I find out they got one leg and they don't want to deal with them. What? Hello? Are you serious? What the leg got to do with it? Everything else fit, right? So it's the same thing about the age. If you are maturely connecting and she's an older woman, go for it. Knock the ball out of the park. If he's an older man, go for it. And whether age is in the midst of it or not, you could get with somebody that's around your same age and they could be it's old acting and not in your zone of compatibility at all. They can just want to be they couch potatoes. They don't want to go. They don't want to travel. They don't want to go out and get some exercise. They don't want to walk around the block with you. They don't want to go to gatherings with you. They don't want to do nothing. And y'all are the same, around the same age. Incompatibility, right? So, but you get with somebody that's 5 years younger, and man, y'all click on every spectrum, and it's all good. So stop shortchanging yourself because there is an age difference or gap. When people start saying, I'm not going to do this because this, I don't want this kind of person because blank. Now it's different if you don't want to have, you don't want to deal with somebody that's on drugs. You don't want to deal with somebody that's a wife beater or a husband beater or something like that. I'm not talking about those extremes. I'm talking about the things that significantly means very little. I mean, you're a few years older. They have one leg, okay? They got some stuff that can be fixed. Maybe they a few pounds heavy, and the only thing y'all can do is just try to work out together, and them pounds will be gone, right? Pounds can be gone, and pounds can be gained. So even though if you get with somebody who is not overweight, they can blow up on you like the Goodyear blimp in 2 years. Just because you're skinny, you may not stay skinny. Just because you're fat, you may not stay fat. Okay, folks, better ask somebody. So, um, stop tripping on age. If you got somebody that's younger or older than you, love them and respect them and be blessed with what you have. As long as the compatibility is there, who cares how old and what the differences is in age? No, you don't want to get with somebody 30, 40 years younger than you. That's doing older than you. That's doing a little much. Because y'all really got decades and decades of incompatibility. You ain't even going to be able to play no rap music around them because it's going to make them have anxiety. I'm just saying. So, but if it's within a range, if it's less than 2 decades, if it's a decade and a half, if it's almost a decade or whatever, you're winning. Enjoy it. And if anybody is trying to talk to you about what you're doing and why you're doing it or whatever, tell them, boy, bye. Girl, bye. This is my business. You probably need to get some. You probably need to get you somebody that's any age, let alone, let alone a few years younger or whatever. But dating somebody younger than you is a wonderful, wonderful experience. I think sometimes it brings back the youthfulness in people too. It makes you feel young, exciting. It makes you feel attractive. It makes you feel like, wow, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of positive things and feelings that you get from that, from a man or a woman when you do date younger. So no, don't put a sign on your forehead going out there saying, I'm looking for younger, I'm looking for younger, boing, boing. No, no, no. Just go out there, keep yourself available in this single sea of piranhas. And once you get snagged by something that you are compatible with, enjoy it. Love it. And quit tripping on the small stuff. Quit tripping on age. Quit tripping on, I've had some folks that, I'm just gonna keep it real. They be tripping on the stupidest things. Oh, they nose too big, or they just a little bit too short. I can't wear no heels, or his teeth is kind of got too many gaps, or um oh God, it'd be all kinds of stupid. I'm like, what is going on? But then his heart is cold. He's not sensitive to her needs. He's not romantic. He's not spontaneous. He's not loving her in the way that she needs to be loved. But she's sitting up there talking about these little things that girl, bye. Really. Mm-mm. And men too. We got to stop it, y'all. We got to stop. We got to stop looking at the things that don't matter and look at the things that do matter. You hear me? That's what we got to focus on as being grown, mature folks. And if somebody is older than you and you want to get down with them, get down with them. If they younger than you and you like them and y'all connected, get down with them. Just don't make them too much young. I said not 30, 40 years now. Hear me now what I'm saying. Not 30, 40 years. So don't be thinking I'm trying to get that message. I said a decade or less or a little over It's all good. Enjoy yourself, grown folks. That's the message. I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. It's okay for those of you who got and cougar. We said yesterday the cougar. Let's do away with that. Who thought of? Ooh, she's a cougar. She's a cougar. Well, shit, I must have been a cougar 100 times. So they didn't forgot what. Well, I don't even know. I'm a cougar, cougar, coogie, coogie, coosie. Kusi. I don't know what I am, but I must have been a cougar 100 times. That is crazy. I don't even know why they call it a cougar. Why they call us women cougars? I don't know what they call the men. We still got to figure that out. What is he? I know I've heard sugar daddy, but I thought sugar daddy is when you got some sugar. You got some sugar in all aspects. You got sugar, in the pockets. You got sugar in the mattress. You got sugar in all your walks of life. You got some sugar in your tank, right? That's what I thought sugar daddies was. You got to be getting some of that sugar for him to be a sugar and be a daddy. Now I don't know if that got is that the same thing as a cougar? Because cougars don't necessarily be giving up sugar. It's just the fact that they like younger men. So they like what the younger men bring to them and do for them and do with them and all that. So she's a cougar because she's 10 years older. Watch out now. There's a lot of them out there too. But let's find another name for that. Y'all have a good day. I got to get back. I just came out here, wanted to do a little something, something. You have a wonderful day today. Um, I didn't get much sleep last night, as you guys can see. I'm looking a little tired in the face, but in the eyes, but that's okay, cause I'm feeling energetic. I'm trying to keep my positive hat on. This is gonna be a rough, tough week for me. Bad news within the family, losing loved ones, stuff like that. But we gonna get through it. We gonna get through it. And I thank all of you for your support, for chiming in, for watching my videos, for being a part of what I do, for liking, sharing, and subscribing of my channel. Tell a friend. Come on through. Hit that bell so you're notified when I do these grown folk talk videos. And I just love and appreciate all of you. And I'm gonna see you again real soon. Okay? Take care and go on and date who you want to date.